Why would I want to go to the mountains? I mean, I like hiking, I like camping, but to do it in the mountains? I don't know, man. At the end of the day, what do you get from just climbing a mountain? A 3-second victory lap saying that you did it? In the meantime, your body's hurting, your legs are burning from climbing these massive hills, your back and shoulders are on fire from carrying a massive backpack, and you are exposing yourself to get attacked by animals like bears. At the end of the day, I've seen them on TV.
Have I ever told you the story of the sage and the young boy? You see, the young boy goes to visit the sage at his house, and as he goes in, he sees a bunch of pictures of the sage that he's been all over the world. And the young boy tells the sage, "I want to see the world." The sage laughs, "No, you don't." The young boy was surprised from his answer and says, Yes, I do. You've seen the world, why wouldn't I? The sage calmly replies, "Because you don't travel the world to see it. You don't go to the mountains to see them. You go to the mountains to know what it means to breathe the fresh air. You don't go to the mountains to see them. You go to the mountains to be able to meditate, to feel free, to feel calm, relax, and reflect on yourself and your limits. You don't go to the mountains to see them. You go to the mountains to be able to connect with nature. The mountains offer stunning views of glaciers, lakes, jungles, and alpine peaks. It also has many benefits for mental and physical health. You don't go to the mountains to see them. You go to the mountains to hike the trails all the way up to the top of the mountain. To polar plunge on a lake just because it's a new challenge. You don't go to the mountains to see them. You go to the mountains to be able to spend all day fishing with the hopes of catching a fish, or just to relax by the lake. You don't go to the mountains to see them. You go to the mountains to be able to build a fire in the middle of a valley and be able to feel its warmth after a long day of hike. You don't go to the mountains to see them. You go to the mountains to be able to sit around the fire, tell stories, and laugh all night, even though you're tired. To hike so high up in the mountain and find snow, and the first thing you want to do is have a snowball fight with your friends. You don't go to the mountains to see them. You go to the mountains to be able to set up shop and tear down and still find joy. You don't go to the mountains to see them. You go to the mountains to learn skills and actually put them to the test. You don't go to the mountains to see them. You go to the mountains to be able to test yourself and know that you are capable of doing hard things.
How you feeling, Ryan?
To be able to find time to laugh even though you're tired and exhausted.
8 hours.
Ready!
You don't go to the mountains to see them. You go to the mountains to experience some of the most breathtaking views in the world. You don't go to the mountains to see them. You go to the mountains to be able to experience some of the coolest sunsets you've ever seen. You don't go to the mountains to see them. You go to the mountains to wake up early and be excited to start your day, to see God's creation and the beauty He has to offer. You don't go to the mountains to see them. You go to the mountains to be able to push yourself to the limit, to find joy in the little and simple things in life. I know the mountains are not for everyone. It can be hard, very challenging. You have a lot of challenging days, but the bonds and the memories that you create on top of the mountains are second to none. And as for me, I wouldn't change that for nothing in the world.